It is 1843. After the Christmas holidays, Charlotte had returned to Brussels, impelled back there by a need in herself which she hadn't understood. And Anne had gone back to Thorpe Green, taking Branwell with her to be Edmund Robinson's tutor. Emily was content at home doing the housework, with Tabitha Aykroyd giving what help she could after breaking a leg by a fall.
Perlentränentröpfchen, I like that.
Is there any country where they talk in that way?
Yes, Tabby, in Germany.
Well, for showcase, I don't know how they can understand until what a mote of unnecessary trouble foreign folk put themselves to. What good does it do you to read such noises?
Very much good, Tabby. If we're to have a school of our own when Charlotte comes back from Brussels again.
Aye, if ever she does. For she seems caught in a spell there that won't let her be.
I do wonder about her. She felt so guilty about going, though we all encouraged her. Her last letter sounds disillusioned. I don't think she feels as welcome now as she used to. I wish she'd come home. You're right, Tabby. It's as though she were caught in a spell.
If I had my way, I'd kip you all where I knowed how you fared.
Well, so you may yet, Tabby. There's Papa.
Oh.
At least we can find out how Anne and Branwell are faring. Put the kettle on
Aye.
and want some tea after the journey. How are they, Papa? Did you manage to sleep in a strange house? What did you make of the Robinsons? Has Branwell settled down to your satisfaction?
Which question do I answer first, dear?
Why, of course, the first. Let me see you sitting in your chair. You must be tired after your journey. Tabby's making you some tea.
That will be welcome. Anne seemed more content with her lot and happy that Branwell is so valued. He was in great spirits, showing me the luxuries of the house and grounds. He has his own quarters on the estate, which makes him feel his own master. He sent you back a drawing he's made of it. I think that Mrs. Robinson was glad of our company in the evening. Her husband's in wretched health, scarcely leaves his bed. As for your second question, I slept badly. A fire had been lit in my room, a room with curtains and bed hangings, and so, of course, I couldn't close my eyes until the ashes were nearly cooled. But almost all night, Charlotte was in my thoughts, so far from home. Has there been a letter?
No, Papa. But it is more difficult for her to send now that Mary Taylor has left Brussels. Here's Tabby, with your tea.
I am very cold. There is no fire. I should like uncommonly to be in the dining room at home, or in the kitchen. Tabby blowing the fire in order to boil potatoes to a sort of vegetable glue. Tell me whether Papa really wants me very much to come home, and whether you do likewise. I have an idea that I should be of no use there, a sort of aged person upon the parish. I pray with heart and soul that all may continue well at Haworth, above all in our grey, half-inhabited house.
Mademoiselle, vous êtes triste.
Monsieur, j'en ai bien le droit.
Vous êtes malade de cœur et d'humeur.
In English, monsieur. You will forget all that I taught you.
Your teaching was not so perishable, mademoiselle. It is 1,000 pities that the lessons could not go on. But, you know, my time is not my own. My wife told me you thought of returning to England. That would also be 1,000 pities, mademoiselle.
Do you wish me to stay, monsieur?
Bien sûr. If you will not be unhappy. Your pupils are fond of you, and you get good work out of their stupid brains.
You make me feel of service to you, monsieur. If that is so, I have no heart or will to oppose you.
That is better. Vous êtes dans mes petits papiers.
She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent.
Why have you stopped reading, Mr. Brontë?
I can't trust my voice.
But I trust it. It has quite won me over to Lord Byron. It's strange that such an intemperate man should write so beautifully.
His strong passions flayed him, so that life touched him more sharply. It was out of the dark ground of his nature that his poetry welled up to redeem him.
You certainly make me hear the angel in him when you read. There is such sympathy in your voice. It makes me want to cry. You must have known your own trials of the spirit, more than one would expect in a young man. You comfort me very much.
Mrs. Robinson, I have never known anybody before who had such perception and generosity as you have.
Oh, come now, Mr. Brontë. You must often have been complimented on your reading.
No, that isn't what I mean. You make me feel that life can be trusted. You are what I have always believed a woman should be. Reassuring, compassionate, beautiful. A sanctuary from the devils that beset a man.
No, now I am ashamed because I fall so short of your opinion. There is some attractive young lady nearer to your ideal, whose name you keep locked in your heart. Are we not good enough friends for you to tell me who she is?
In my ears that has the sound of mockery, though you didn't mean it so. You've lived your life innocent of the world's vulgarities, but I tell you, apart from my family, I've met very few women that I'd care to mention in your presence, and none that I could compare you with. It breaks my heart to see how much you give and how little you receive in return.
This is chivalry, Mr. Brontë. You belong to an earlier, more gallant time than the present.
Mr. Brontë is no way to address your knight at arms.
Sir Branwell, then. When you read to me, when we are alone together, in these precious moments, we will be Branwell and Lydia. It will be our secret.
Of late days, Monsieur and Madame Heger rarely speak to me. And I really don't pretend to care a fig for anybody else in the establishment. You are not to suppose that I am under the influence of any warm affection for Madame Heger. I am convinced she does not like me. Why, I cannot tell, nor do I think she herself has any definite reason for the aversion. Monsieur Heger is wondrously influenced by Madame, and I should not wonder if he disapproves very much of my unamiable want of sociability. He has already given me a brief lecture on universal bienveillance, and, perceiving that I don't improve in consequence, I fancy he has taken to considering me as a person to be let alone, left to the error of her ways, and consequently he has in great measure withdrawn the light of his countenance. And I get on from day to day in a Robinson Crusoe-like condition, very lonely. That does not signify. In other respects, I have nothing substantial to complain of, nor is even this a cause for complaint, except the loss of Monsieur Heger's goodwill, if I have lost it. I care for none of them. I hope you are well and hearty. Walk out often on the moors.
I'll walk where my own nature would be leading. It vexes me to choose another guide, where the grey flocks in ferny glens are feeding, where the wild wind blows on the mountainside. What of those lonely mountains worth revealing? More glory and more grief than I can tell. The earth that wakes one human heart to feeling can centre both the worlds of heaven and hell.
Come in.
A letter from Charlotte. Or rather a few scrawls on paper. She is coming home. Look, Papa.
That is a blessing.
It's such a scribble. Let me read it. I have taken my determination. I hope to be at home the day after New Year's Day. Low spirits have affected me much lately, but I hope all will be well when I get home. Above all, if I find Papa and you and B and A well. I am not ill in body. It is only the mind which is a trifle shaken, for want of comfort. I shall try to cheer up now. Goodbye, C.B.
She felt no doubt in duty bound to the Asia after all their kindness, but really she has been too hard on herself, poor child. To have stayed there alone in a strange land for so long.
No more of that. Now we must put the last 2 years to some practical use and draw up a prospectus for our new school. Oh me, oh my, Papa. You and I must say goodbye to our peaceful quiet when the house is full of other people's daughters.
I dare say I shall find it no more disturbing than the thought of my own daughters in other people's houses.
So Charlotte, summoning all her moral strength, came home and saw it, as she later confessed, for the first time in her life with unloving eyes. Somehow the breach that had been made had to be filled. She set about drawing up a prospectus for the school, modelled on the prospectus of the Pensionnat Heger. The Mrs. Bronte's establishment for the board and education of a limited number of young ladies. Terms, board and education, including writing, arithmetic, history, grammar, geography, and needlework, per annum £35.
Thank you, Toby.
That's the end of my list. Can you think of any other friends we have the slightest claim on?
Nope.
In fact, it's surprising how much they multiply when it's a question of need. Well, we've taken the step.
Towards the independence we have dreamed about. Was that said with enthusiasm? It sounded like resignation.
Perhaps. All my ideas and feelings, except for a few friendships and affections, are changed from what they used to be. Something in me which used to be enthusiasm is tamed down and broken. That won't do. It's a lethargy of the faculties that really frightens me. Now you must be sure to... Was that... I thought it was the post. Someone went past the gate. If only I could lose myself in my writing as I used to. But my pen's as heavy as my mind.
Verdopolis is fallen. Is fallen, that great city. But don't despair, my love. There may be another world preparing.
I suppose all that was a world I shared with Branwell. And I've lost my way with Branwell, too.
Lydia. I heard the way your husband spoke to you. It's insufferable.
No, put it out of your mind. The sick man mustn't be blamed for what he says. I've no reason to be upset.
It's your goodness that I find so hard to bear. And to see your self-sacrifice go unregarded. You were made to be worshipped. You must believe that. And I worship you in every part of my being.
My dear, you shouldn't say that now when I'm most vulnerable. Just now I'm too ready to be comforted. You know, you're being absurd, but you almost make me feel young again.
You have forgotten what you are, but I am here to tell you. At every moment you must remember, I am here, you are loved. It's the only reason I exist.
It must not be. Oh, how can I scold you when you're so precious to me?
Lydia, when you're free of this life you're living...
You're thinking dreadful thoughts.
Love takes away fear, you know. I need you. The dreadful thought is being without you.
Oh, darling boy. If only I could fill your need.
Forgive me, monsieur, if I adopt the course of writing to you again. How can I endure life if I make no effort to ease its suffering? You will tell me, perhaps, I take not the slightest interest in you, Mademoiselle Charlotte. You are no longer an inmate of my house. I have forgotten you. Well, monsieur, tell me so frankly. It will be a shock to me. It matters not. It would be less dreadful than uncertainty. I shall not reread this letter. Some people, cold and common sense, in reading it would say, she is talking nonsense. I would avenge myself on such persons in no other way than by wishing them one single day of the torments which I have suffered for 8 months. We should see if they would not talk nonsense too.
What a bristling wind Charlotte be when postman knocks. No one must be there for her. You'd think she were dying for news of a sweetheart where she scuttles. I don't take no bother with letties. Like as not, there'll be no good in 'em.
We're always hoping, Tabby, that not all those prospectuses we sent out have fallen on stony ground.
Hope's a better morsel than a trencher of grief.
pupil for Pa. And not one prospective pupil for us. We've made the attempt. And apart from the disappointment to Anne, I don't mean to feel mortified at our defeat. Thank goodness you're here, Charlotte, to entertain the curates to tea. If you don't mind, I shall have mine here with Tabby with my feet up on the fender.
All right.
Do you think Mr. Nichols is going to be an improvement on Mr. Smith?
Almost anyone would be an improvement on Mr. Smith. He seems a respectable young man and reads well. I wouldn't think his character holds any surprises. Why are most curates such highly uninteresting, narrow and unattractive specimens of their sex?
Well, I don't know how you found it where you come from, Nichols, but in these parts, if you meet a thoroughly opinionated, mulish fellow, you can be quite sure he's a dissenter. The clearest logic, the most brilliantly ordered argument. I mean, what does it mean to such minds? Nothing. A university-trained mind, such as our own, Nichols, is shrugged off, along with St. Augustine and the early fathers. Eh?
I've certainly found many of them very stiff-necked. Comes from a kind of pride in eccentricity, I suppose. They would rather be different than right. And since our liturgy is the result of the most scholarly thinking and the finest spiritual perception over the centuries, they can only rebut anything we say with childish obstinacy and keep the intellect at bay with emotionalism.
Plumb on the target. The emotionalism, the enthusiasm. If I were the deity being worshipped with such crude fervour, I should yearn for the silent vacancies of the Quakers. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Brontë? Yes, I told Tom Heavers not so long ago. No, you'll come up against him, Nichols. You watch out. I said to him, you people should learn the difference between the sufficient and the fulsome. He couldn't think of an answer to that. Yes, if you weren't so bigoted, Heavers, I said to him, perhaps we could get some sense into your head. Did you put any sugar in my cup, Miss Brontë?
4 lumps as usual, Mr. Smith, which you may call sufficient, but some people might find fulsome, just as your grasp of sound doctrine might seem like self-glorification and narrow-minded vanity.
Oh, my dear Charlotte. Oh, really, my dear.
I hope Mr. Nichols will let Haworth introduce itself to him without prejudice.
Indeed I shall, most certainly, by all means.
Excuse me. I will leave you to congratulate each other.
I had to come and show you, Miss Brontë. How do you like me? Do you think I shall make the heads turn on the parade at Scarborough?
Is that your purpose or your fear?
How odd you are. Of course it's my purpose. Clothes are nothing if they don't make other girls envious and stupefy the men. Don't you wish the dress was yours?
No. But I can see that it answers your purpose beautifully.
It'll make Henry Roxby mad. Beauty makes him rave.
Dear, no, don't talk like that. It's wicked of you. You know that you have been forbidden to think of Mr. Roxby.
What nonsense. I shall think of whom I like. And besides, how can I help it? Oh, you don't know what it is to be in love, or you wouldn't say that.
Yes, I would say it. I would say that it's possible to live with the denials that life asks of us. And life may know better than our hearts what the good way is.
Do people expect me to break Henry's heart? Now that would be wicked, if you like. And unless Mamma leaves me alone, I shall tell Papa about your brother.
What do you mean, Lydia? Tell what about my brother?
About him and Mamma, of course. Well, don't pretend you don't know they're lovers. Well, you all know that. Edmund knew first because he saw them, but I made him swear not to blab. I knew it was information that would be very useful in the last resort. Why, Miss Brontë, you look as if you'd seen a ghost. Hadn't it occurred to you?
I can't speak to you now.
If you don't understand what terrible, terrible things you have said, then God pity you. I'm sorry. Leave this room before I strike you. Oh, heaven. I am sick of mankind.
Anne, has Emily read you her poems?
No. I'm not looking at them. Oh, Charlotte, you mustn't. She never shows them.
But they're
You
much
mustn't
too
read
good
them.
to be hidden away. They're strong and true. Emily's a poet. Anne.
Charlotte,
Listen,
no.
yes, listen. It will be wrong for them to be kept a secret. He comes with western winds, with evening's wandering airs, with that clear dusk of heaven that brings the thickest stars. Winds take a pensive tone, and stars a tender fire, and visions rise and change, which kill me with desire. Desire for nothing known in my mature.
What have you got there?
Your poems, Emily. I don't think you know how good they are.
You've no right to read them. It's outrageous of you. Where did you get them? Shut that book at once.
Once the first sentence
Give
caught
me
my eye.
them. It's thieving to steal a look at what isn't yours to see. It's unforgivable.
After the first glance, I had to read more. Perhaps I was wrong, but I can't be sorry that I did. Emily, you mustn't keep them a secret. They should be published.
I'd rather burn them. It's a damnable world if you can't even be left alone in your own fault.
I feel as though I'd rifled the tomb of the pharaohs. Will she ever be reconciled, I wonder?
Sure she will. Don't be troubled.
Oh, Anne, I'm so glad you're not going back to Thorpe Green after the holidays. For my sake, as well as Emily's and Papa's. He finds it so hard to keep cheerful now that his sight's gone.
I wish Branwell wouldn't go back. He won't listen to me.
But he's doing so well at last. I've never seen him look so cool and calm and confident. Shouldn't we be thankful? Anne, why do you hate Thorpe Green so? I do wish you would talk about it.
I have some poems too, Charlotte, which you've never seen. They're not to be compared to Emily's, but you might like to look at them.
Well, you know I would.
I'll go and fetch them. If we show our poems to each other, I think Emily might come in.
Mine too. I suppose it's my due penance.
Do you think we really might try to get them published?
With that clear dusk of heaven that brings the thickest stars. Yes, Anne, I'm determined.
But I doubt if Emily will ever be persuaded.
And not until they decided to use the pen names of Currer, Ellis, and Acton Bell was Emily's reluctance overcome.
It's a surprising fact that we should have raised £230 for a new peal of bells in little more than a month. I wish I could acquire a new pair of eyes so easily. I fear you're having to undertake too much for me, Nichols. As my daughters are too, not that I have to depend upon them for all my reading.
They have a woman's delight in these homely duties, I'm sure. The failure of their school project must have been a great disappointment to them. All this writing they do seems a rather desperate way of occupying themselves. Do you read their efforts, Mr. Brontë?
No, I never interfere with them at these times. I judge it best to throw them upon their own responsibility. Besides, a parson, bordering on 70, is likely to be too old and severe a critic of youthful imagination.
Miss Charlotte has qualities which, given the opportunity, as a wife and mother, for instance.
Nichols, you're talking nonsense.
Here's the postman. I'll fetch the letters.
All right, Mr. Nichols. One for my father, for you, Branwell. It's a letter from Edinburgh, Anne. From Chambers, the publishers.
Do they say we can send the poems to them?
They suggest we try a small firm of publishers who specialise in religious poetry. Messrs. Ilott and Jones of Paternoster Row.
And we will we not?
Well, they say we may be asked to pay something towards the cost of printing, but... What's that?
No! God!
That's Branwell, Anne.
Was there a letter from Thorpe Green?
Yes.
I think I can guess. I've been dreading the day. Emily's gone to him. We should leave them alone together, Charlotte. She will calm him
What's
down.
going on, Miss Anne?
Oh, if you wouldn't mind leaving us, please, Mr. Nichols, it will be all right.
happened? Just Branwell injured himself.
No, Papa, and Emily is with him. It will be all right. I'll tell you all about it presently.
There's nothing I can do.
No, nothing, Mr. Nichols. Thank you. Nothing at all. You can't expect me to be sorry for you when you're being so sorry for yourself. I'm quite prepared to be if you'd remember you're a man.
Oh, my God, I remember. You don't know the torture. To think of her suffering now alone with that devil.
The father of her children. If you risk a folly, you must have the courage to face the consequences, it seems to me.
You're a pain as well as my own. It's a double agony. It's a
You
nightmare.
won't get out by wading deeper in, that's certain. Get off the bed, Branwell. Stand up! Stand up!
My dear, what is it? What can it be?
A letter from Mr. Robinson. A terrible letter. You must know what it says. Bramwell agrees, you must know. It's a letter of dismissal.
I am sorry to hear it, but surely
It
there's
says that Bramwell must break off instantly and forever all communication with every member of his family. He threatens to shoot him if he is seen anywhere in the neighbourhood of Thorpe Green.
Has the man gone out of his mind?
Papa, Branwell has done very wrong. But I lay the greatest blame on Mrs. Robinson. I believe she has deliberately played on his affections. She has encouraged him to make love to her.
Branwell, with the wife of his employer. Oh, no, Anne, no, it cannot be as you say.
I fear so. It fed her vanity, I suppose, which is more to her than self-respect or than husband or family. Papa, she is weak and deceitful.
You must tell me yourself. I must hear the full truth. Branwell! Branwell! Branwell, speak to me!
Time you went home, Mr. Branwell. It ain't good for you to drink what you ain't got in your pocket to pay for. Come on, lad. Things will look fair in the morning light.
They're burning me. The devils are burning me.
Thursday, July the 31st, 1845. Yesterday was Emily's birthday and the time when we should have opened our 1841 paper, but by mistake we opened it today instead. How many things have happened since it was written. I was then at Thorpe Green and now I am only just escaped from it. I was wishing to leave it then, and if I had known that I had 4 years longer to stay, how wretched I should have been. But during my stay I have had some very unpleasant and undreamt of experiences of human nature. Branwell was very ill last Thursday, but he went with John Brown to Liverpool, where he now is, I suppose. And we hope he will be better and do better in future. I wonder how we shall all be, and where, and how situated on the 30th of July, 1848, when, if we are all alive, Emily will be just 30. I shall be in my 29th year, Charlotte in her 33rd, and Branwell in his 32nd. And what changes we shall have seen and known. And shall we be much changed ourselves? I hope not, for the worst at least. I, for my part, cannot well be flatter or older in mind than I am now. Hoping for the best, I conclude. Anne Brontë.
It's no good hoping to escape the tormenting mind, John. I'm damned sorry. You get dragged off here into Wales and a worse companion you couldn't have.
Well, it was worth trying what a change of scene would do. I'd give a lot to your eyes giving out their old spark again.
Change of scene. But the finer it is, the less I dare raise my eyes to it. Oh, God, John. The things that had power to lift the spirits. Music, mountains, the sea. They're now terrible and painful. Glimpses the damned get of heaven. I tell you, wherever I go, misery walks by my side, clutching my arm as affectionately as if she were my legal wife. And like some other husbands, I could spare her presence.
I know, old fellow. She's a clinging bitch once she's taken a fancy. Why don't we turn around and go home? There's a Masonic meeting on Wednesday, and brethren would clasp you to their bosom warm if you get back for it.
All right, John, beat the retreat. If only memory would stop gnawing at me like a rat wherever I try to put my mind. Oh, Christ, to be good and famous and married to Lydia Robinson. Everything she promised that I was. Instead of this failure, cast out from the sight of her.
Monsieur, my master. The summer and autumn seemed very long to me. I have tried to forget you. I have sought occupations. I have denied myself absolutely the pleasure of speaking about you, even to Emily. But I have been able to conquer neither my regrets nor my impatience. That indeed is humiliating. To be unable to control one's thoughts, to be the slave of regret, of a memory, the slave of a fixed and dominant idea which lords it over the mind. Why cannot I have just as much friendship for you as you for me? Neither more nor less. Then should I be so tranquil, so free.
Oh, Charlotte, Emily has done such a brave thing. She has branded herself.
What on earth do you mean?
She was trying to give a drink to an exhausted stray dog that she found in the lane, and it bit her on the wrist. She came straight in and got one of Tabby's Italian irons, held it in the fire until it was red hot, and cauterized the bite. Tabby caught her at it.
Heavens. Well, it's no wonder that poor Willie Waitman nicknamed her the Major. There never was such a soldier.
We're not to let on that we know. She told Tabby not to tell. She's gone down to the druggist to buy some chamomile.
Oh, have you damaged yourself, Miss Emily?
Nothing, a little burn. Thank you, Mrs. Hardy.
I think you should persuade your brother to have an extraction, Miss Emily.
An extraction?
To make up his mind to have that troublesome tooth drawn. The opium he gets from here, it only numbs the pain for a time. He can't go on like that, miss.
No, he can't, Mrs. Hardy. Why did you want me? I was just going to give Keeper and Flossie their dinner.
Is Anne coming?
Here I am. What did you
you want? We thought you must have seen a rare bird or something.
So I have. A lesser green-ribbed bellbird. Our copies of the poems have come.
Oh, Charlotte, let me see.
I only just rescued them from Tabby in time. As they were addressed to C. Brontë, Esquire, she was going to take them up to Branwell.
It's a strange sensation to feel you've become a book.
Branwell must never know. It will be like throwing him off a cliff.
No one must know. No one at all.
It would hurt Branwell very much.
I do hope they haven't still got tumbling instead of trembling stars. It would make the whole poem absurd. Oh, no, thank goodness.
I'm just going down to the carrier's to see when he can take me to Keighley. I'm off as soon as may be.
Why, where to, Branwell?
Thorpe Green.
What is it?
On Tuesday at Thorpe Green, near Boroughbridge, aged 46. The Reverend Edmund Robinson. He died as he had lived, in firm and humble trust in his Saviour.
Oh, the fool! Mr. Branwell! I was just coming up to find you.
Good morning, Annie.
There's a Mr. Gooch asking for you. Says he's coachman from where you were at Boroughbridge. He has to see you most particular.
So he does, Annie, I'm sure. I was more than half expecting him. Where is he?
I showed him to private parlour because...
Well, George Gooch, it's good to see your face again. How are you?
I'm well enough, Mr. Brontë, well enough.
Don't feel awkward, Gooch. I've heard the sad news. Do you bring a letter for me?
No, sir, not as you'd say a letter.
Yes, distressed and exhausted she must be. Worn out with attending on him. She will need all the support and care we can give her. I'll come back with you, Gooch, as soon as you're ready to make the journey.
No, sir, I'm afraid that's not going to be possible.
Why not? Is she ill, Gooch? Too ill to receive me?
In a pitiable state, kneeling in her bedroom, weeping and praying as she told me to tell you. The fact is... Shall we sit down, Mr. Brontë?
Of course, I must go with you.
I have to tell you how things are situated. Mr. Brontë, I'd be glad if you'd sit down while I go with you.
Very well, but for God's sake, Gooch, what are you trying to tell me?
It's the question of Mr. Robinson's last will and testament, you see. Mr. Robinson made a codicil to his will, by which the mistress stands to lose every penny of the money if she ever sees or communicates with you again, Mr. Brontë. What? And not only that, sir. The children will be taken from her and put in the care of the trustees, the Venerable Archdeacon Thorpe and Mr. Evans.
No, Gooch.
Miss Elizabeth, Miss
Gooch!
Mary, and Master Edmund, I mean. Because Miss Lydia, you know, I don't know if you heard, but ran off and married that actor fellow and has been cut off without a shilling.
Weeping and praying, oh God. On her knees, you said. Is enough to stab his dead heart in the grave and make it bleed? The devilish cruelty of it. Oh, what shall I do, Gooch? What shall I do?
Do, Mr. Brontë? Nothing if you don't want to drive the mistress insane. I'll tell her you took it on the chin and wish her well, shall I, sir?
I wish I'd never known her.
Mr. Sugden! Mr. Sugden, can you come quick? Mr. Bronte's fallen in fit.
Branwell's gone into Papa again. He gives him no peace, day or night.
He has been sleeping half the day. Perhaps he'll be calmer.
We shall have a worse night even than usual. This last month's been intolerable. It's hardly possible to stay in the same room with him.
I owe it. I owe it!
Poor Papa. I think I'd better go to them.
I don't think you should. He feels so humiliated in front of you, it makes him more desperate. I'll go in a minute if need be.
No. Say I wondered if for the Blackpool. It's a debt I owe. That's all. I promised to pay tonight. You wouldn't want me to break my word? It's only a guinea, Papa. There's enough tormenting my mind already without these other anxieties.
You expect me to finance your self-destruction? That's what it is. That's what you're doing. You say I wouldn't want you to break your word. What of all your promises to me, How can I trust you when you don't care what misery you create for yourself and everyone around you?
Give me the money. Papa, give me the money. Do you want me to kill myself? I couldn't be worse off in the next world than I am in this. Please.
Your worst debt is to yourself, my son. That's the debt that you need to pay.
Emily's walking him up and down the path. She has more patience with him than I can muster.
It won't do to give up hope, Charlotte. What will become of us? And some good has come out of this dreadful year. The poems have been printed. And who knows, perhaps by the end of the year our stories will have been accepted too.
Well, we shan't make our fortune out of them if they sell no better than the poems. Total sale, 2 copies, even after we spent a further £10 on advertisements.
But one of the purchasers wrote for our signatures. That's fame of a sort. And 3 notices in the magazines. Whenever I feel discouraged, I take them out and read them again.
I've just been writing to Messrs. Ilott and Jones.
They in whose hearts are chords strung by nature to sympathise with the beautiful and true will recognise in these compositions the presence of more genius than it was supposed this utilitarian age had devoted to the loftier exercises of the intellect.
The length of the sentence alone should have sold more than 2 copies.
He's a hopeless being.
Shall I read you my letter?
Yes.
Gentlemen, C, E and A Bell are now preparing for the press 3 works of fiction. It is not their intention to publish these tales on their own account. They direct me to ask you whether you would be disposed to undertake the work after having, of course, by due inspection of the manuscripts, made your decision as...
I'm going up now, my dears, to try to get a little rest. Don't stay up too late.
No, Papa. Can you manage all right?
Yes, yes. The blinder I get, the more intimately I know this house. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Papa.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Charlotte!
What is it, Papa?
I've been so foolish as to drop the key.
Oh. Here it is.
Ah, thank you, my dear. That's ridiculous. Having to be helped up into my own pulpit by Nichols. I'll have no more of it.
Not much more. Not much longer. Next month, you and I shall be in Manchester. And if Dr. Wilson thinks the cataract is hardened enough, he gives me every assurance...
Mr. Wilson, Charlotte, as a surgeon, he has to be addressed as Mr. Wilson. And how can we be away for so long? With Branwell so lost to all control? A month, you said? If the operation is performed. It's out of the question.
But Papa, Emily has no fears of that. She has more than something of your own soldiering spirit. Now I can trust Branwell to her, and so must you. Get some sleep.
Flossie would hardly be a heroine if she weren't beautiful.
Ah, but she is beautiful.
Undoubtedly she's a heroine too.
Charlotte, you've been talking over what you said about heroines.
And what did I say about heroines?
You said we were wrong, even morally wrong, in making our heroines beautiful as a matter of course.
And what was your verdict?
We think it's not possible to make a heroine interesting on any other terms.
I will prove to you that you're wrong. I will show you a heroine as plain and as small as myself. And she shall be as interesting as any of yours.
Then I give you my second name to call her by. You may call her Jane, as the plainest name I know.
Manuscripts have come back again. If Charlotte's has been returned, Jim Feather will have sent it on to Manchester. That's 4 times now.
Well, Charlotte said we must perseveringly obtrude them on the publishers. Wonder how many times constitutes perseverance.
There's a letter from her.
Why are we bothering with the wretched novels then? Tear it open. No, let's read it with Tabby. She said she's fair clammed with knowing loud. Tabby, a letter from Manchester.
Thank the dear God for good things. I couldn't have slept this night if it hadn't come. Have their eating settled?
Papa and I saw Mr. Wilson as soon as we arrived. He pronounced Papa's eyes quite ready for an operation and has fixed next Monday for the performance of it. I think we shall be comfortable. At least our rooms are very good, but I am somewhat puzzled about provisions. We board ourselves. I find myself excessively ignorant. I can't tell what the deuce to order in the way of meat, etc.
Poor chick.
For ourselves I could contrive. Papa's diet is so very simple, but there will be a nurse coming in a day or two, and I'm afraid of not having things good enough for her. Mr. Wilson says we shall have to stay here for a month at least. It will be dreary. I wonder how you are getting on at home with Branwell. One is forced step by step to get experience in the world, but the learning is so disagreeable.
It was on Tuesday, the 25th of August, that Dr. Wilson, not believing in couching, performed the more serious operation of extracting the cataract. For a moment, just for a moment, Patrick despaired of life. At 70, he doubted if he should survive the ordeal. There was no anaesthetic. He turned to Charlotte with the cry, "I shall never feel keeper's paws on my knees again." Then the spasm was past, and the iron control was restored. He was quite ready. The affair lasted precisely a quarter of an hour. Mr. Brontë displayed extraordinary patience and firmness. The surgeon seemed surprised. Charlotte was in the room all the time, as it was his wish that she should be there. She neither spoke nor moved till the thing was done.
I've been trying to think what it must be like to be Papa. Lying in the dark hour after hour. Scarcely being allowed to speak or be spoken to? How do his thoughts occupy him?
Endurance is a kind of occupation.
Mr. Wilson's good report was a comfort. Poor Charlotte, to have her novel returned to her on the very morning of the operation.
Perhaps it was better when her mind was full of Papa. And thank goodness she is so determined to start on another novel. If only she will, the days in Manchester won't feel so long.
Emily, I have begun on another story. It's going to be a hard one to write, I think, quite different from Agnes Grey. Would you like to hear how it begins?
Well, of course.
I'll fetch it. It's only the first chapter.
Whatever you do, don't tell Papa.
Yes, thank you, nurse.
Mr. Wilson seemed very pleased. I pray he's not merely trying to keep us cheerful.
Oh, no, not at all, Miss Brontë. He thinks it has all been a perfect success.
And he told you he may get out of bed and sit in a chair for a while? Have you told him?
Yes, but he would like to hear it from you, I'm sure.
Papa? Mr. Wilson says you're doing splendidly. And you could see a little, could you not, when he took off the bandages?
Yes, my dear. A little.
The light is coming back to you. The darkness will soon be a thing of the past. And you're going to sit out of bed. We can have a little fire if we shield you from the firelight. You are easier in your mind now, aren't you, Papa?
Have you heard from Emily? I hope they're having no trouble.
No, none, dearest. And when you've rested, I'll read you what she says. Now try to sleep.
You should try to get some sleep too, Miss Brontë. You look very drawn and tired.
I've been keeping bad company with an aching tooth these past few days, but I'm willing it away.
We had been wandering, indeed, in the leafless shrubbery an hour in the morning. But since dinner, Mrs. Reed, when there was no company, dined early. The cold winter wind had brought with it clouds so sombre and a rain so penetrating that further outdoor exercise was now out of the question.